Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will be having our roadmap to Microsoft Learn Student Program Ambassador webinar today. I am happy to have you all here. We also have our speakers amongst us today. We have Trisha Talati, Mansi Dwivedi, and Jay Joshi amongst us today, who will be guiding us. So I'll begin the session by introducing the speakers for today. Trisha Talati is a fourth year CSE student at S.P.I.T and who is a part of the Beta Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program. She's also a Postman student expert and an upcoming SDE at JPMC. She has also been a chairperson of WIE. Now, Mansi Dwivedi is a third year IT student at S.P.I.T who is an upcoming summer intern at Deutsche Bank and has taken part in various hackathons, such as JPMC Code for Good 2021. She has also won first place at VCET Hackathon and second place at Alegria Hackathon 2021. She has also been a semi-finalist at Web Developer Competition TechFest IIT Bombay. She's currently as a part of the WIE SPIT team and a tech head over here in the committee. Jay Joshi is also a third year IT student at S.P.I.T and is currently working as an intern in PwC India. He was a contributor at GWOC, a part of the JPMC Skills Development Program, and was also selected as SDE intern at Work India. He also was a runners-up, bagged the runners-up place at Algria Hackathon and is currently working as tech head under ECell and IR cell of S.P.I.T. He was also a part of the CSI Hackathon organizing committee. Now, I would like to call Trisha, Jay, and Mansi to carry on this session.
Thank you, Sumedha, for the introduction. So I'll just start with a bit of MLSA. So as Sumedha said, MLSA is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. It's a program for all students out there who can become the part of the community, learn some Microsoft technologies, and do some community work. There are lots of perks, benefits, and a learning journey being as an MLSA. First of all, Jay and Mansi will begin with some tips and tricks to fill the form so as to improve your chances for being selected as an MLSA. So, yeah, Mansi, you can carry on.
Yeah, thank you, Trusha. Thank you, Sumedha, for the introduction. That was pretty great. So I'll start with what I'll do is I'll present my screen, and so one by one I'll share the screen with the form, and all of you guys can look at the form once. And me, Jay, and Trusha, all three of us will go through like what our responses were for that corresponding question, and so you'll get a better idea of how you can go about filling the form. So I'll just share my screen. Yeah. I hope my screen is visible. If someone could confirm.
It is visible.
It's Mansi. It's visible.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, so here I have already logged in through an account. So first of all, the most basic thing you need is you need to have a Microsoft account. You need to create it. So I have, I am not showing that procedure because it is pretty easy. You just need a Gmail account if you have one, or you could create a new one, and you need to enter your password and stuff, and then you'll be logged in. So that is something you need to do beforehand. So I have already created an account. And so first of all, yeah, you have to come on this MLSA website, so studentambassadors.microsoft.com. Then you log in. Then if you click on apply over here, so this is the application form. So first of all, you could go through all of these stuff. So it is like the dates and all, when their applications start, and then when the results will be displayed, like if you're selected or not. And everything happens through email. All the communication happens through the email ID that you've provided. Then you can go through all of these details, which is you just have to skim through them. It's not really very informational. You can read through all of it. Then privacy and terms, you can also go through all of them. So just basic rules and conditions. You agree, and then you can move on to the next part. Personal info. You put your name, last name, all these things, and then these are just basic stuff information that they need, your country and everything. Then you check everything up and you go on. So I'm not filling all these things. I'll just take you to the most important part. Acha, they won't let me. Yeah. Then comes the academic institution information, where you again put your country, state, your name, the degree and program. So you guys are doing BTech, so you will have to. So the engineering. Okay, so this calls for the fields. So whatever engineering you are doing, if it's present here, or you can select other if that particular stream isn't here, then your degree level will be BTech or bachelor's. Yeah, so it will be bachelor's. Then you will fill your graduate expected graduation date. Then moving on to the most juiciest and the most important part of the application, where so you have to, if you read through it, you have to answer the questions. There has to be compulsorily one video of yours that you will record, and there will be two written responses. So first of all, they tell you to select the area where you can demonstrate your public speaking skills. So as Trusha also earlier said, MLSA is all about learning, but also it is about working towards your community. Like for example, you are an engineer, so you need to power other engineers and help them out. So you need to build a community like that, where you help people out, and then correspondingly people also help you. So this is where you need to show your skills, like your public speaking skills, how confident you are in what you say, like what you're saying, does it even make sense? So everything has to be showcased in this part. Now I'd like to hand it over to Jay to complete all this. Like, Jay, you can go through what you did.
Yeah, thank you, Mansi. Uh, so first of all, there are I think three options we can choose in the public speaking skills. So first is inspire. So how you acted as an agent of change. So how you inspired others. You can talk about that. Second is teach. So teach is basically how would you teach a technical concept to your friend or peer group or anyone. So that's the second problem. Then the third is to promote. So how will you increase the awareness or and attract an audience for an event? So basically, uh, you want to PR the event in a way that all of them should join the event. So how will you do that specifically? You have to talk about that in a video. So video should be under 2 minutes. So the one I talked about was on the second option, the teaching. So how would I teach a technical concept to my peer? Then if you choose any one of that three, you have to type in the remaining two as an paragraph. So you only need to submit a one video on any one of the three topics. So the topic I chose was teaching. So basically, I think we all, Mansi, Trusha, and I will share our videos on how what videos we uploaded there. So you can go through that. So I will just brief about what I said in the video of how would I teach a technical concept. So basically, I uh, talked about how I can teach my friend concept of machine learning, which is unsupervised machine learning. So basically, I gave an analogy, practical analogy about shooting arrows, archery, and the analogy was that you need to train yourself each and every day to basically get perfect in that, which is a concept, which is a concept of unsupervised machine learning. So basically, in unsupervised machine learning, you have to tell the uh, what do we say? We have to tell the algorithm that the output is correct or how much is it deflecting from the actual output, and each and every time the accuracy increases. So basically, we have to like elaborate the concept in a 2 minutes video, and then I think the then it takes I think I took around 10 tries to do that. So it takes many tries, but just make a perfect compact and crisp video on that. And in these two paragraphs, I think you need to make a single paragraph is sufficient enough to list out what will you do. And yeah, so this is the most important part of the application. Then I think the next part is
Yeah, just we'll share our
okay.
experience as
Yeah,
well.
Trusha and Mansi will share their experience on
Yeah.
that.
So first of all, during my time, so I became MLSA last year in January. So we didn't have like just one video. We had the option of choosing for all three videos. So I'm a person who is very much comfortable with speaking rather than writing. So I went with three videos. I can share you the link. They're on YouTube. And so first of all, what did I do before even thinking about the questions? I searched some Medium articles to see previous MLS's experiences. I searched some YouTube videos to serve what were they answering to these questions. Then I took a paper and wrote roughly what I would the points that I would want to highlight. So when we come to teach, so over here the main thing is you're teaching a concept to someone who's never heard of it. So basically they want to see how can you simplify a technical concept and make it easy for a layman person. So that's how I went with it. I took a simple algorithm of insertion sort, and insertion sort can be taught by cards. So I took some card in the video and I'm teaching the algorithm on a whiteboard, and with the help of cards I explained the insertion sort algorithm. Coming to inspire, so have you acted as an agent of change to inspire influence your peers? So over here you can detail your experience in your college communities, because like at our age where we inspire is via being part of a community, teaching others, or conducting events which can help others. So I wrote a bit about that. And we actually had to even write like why are we inspired to be in a technological world. So my question was a bit different from this. So there I went into how my curiosity led me to go into computer engineering. Third was promote. So over here I took my experience as a PR head. In second year, I was PR head of a community in a college called as Face. So I went through the whole journey of how you conduct an event. So we start with the physical promotion, going to classes, social media promotions, and how you conduct the event. Exactly. So I pointed out those points. So yeah, so that was my approach to all these three questions. Mansi, you can share yours.
Yeah. So mine was similar to what Trusha said, but so I also went through some of the YouTube videos where I could, get a gist of what people have already said. But so I took, even I didn't teach itself because that sounded the most easiest to me, and that was something that I really did. So it was easy to make a video out of it. So I took the concept of an API and I simply tried to, so the entire process of teaching something to someone is, so you'll probably see this in my video also. I'll share the link with you guys. And so basically I try to bifurcate the entire process into four parts. So first of all, I'm teaching, like trying to clear the basics. So if a person, if I say API, it's an application programming interface. If a person does not know what is an application, what is an interface, so how do I explain what an API is? So I start with basic terms, basic understanding of the terms. Then moving forward to in so explaining everything in layman terms. So like trying to give an example which the person could relate to and understand easily. So that was the entire approach. Like there were 4 to 5 steps which I followed, and that was what I explained in the video also. So I didn't really took the approach what Trusha did. Like I didn't have board and all. I didn't do that, but I just spoke and tried to make my point clear by speaking in like and bifurcating into those 4 to 5 steps. So that was my video. And inspire and promote also were the same as the people Jay and Trusha said. You need to basically, you need to show your confidence that you are confident in yourself and you can do it. So you have to put that. I mean, it's really awkward to do that, like अपने मुंह से कैसे अपनी तारीफ करेंगे, but here you have to do that. You need to tell them कि तुमने ये किया है, and you need to make them believe कि you will be able to do that. Only then will you be selected. तो यहाँ पे खुद की तारीफ करनी पड़ती है. You have to write मतलब झूठी तारीफ मत करो, something that you have really done and you think is applaudable, do write everything over here. And one para is more than enough if you don't find anything more. And similarly in promoting also, so even I was a in my second year, even I was PR head of one of the committees, so even I had an idea of how PRing is done. But in my case, everything was online itself. I wasn't able to physically PR, so I only took that as a base and I wrote about how I'll PR an event if it's everything is online. So that is similar to what Trusha said, so I mentioned everything like that. And this was what I did. Then yeah, Trusha, if you want, you can tell about the other two that you had written. Like we only had an option of writing one, so if you want, you can
Yeah,
explain.
like I said, we did not have the condition of just one video, so I made all the three videos and I've shared the link on the chat because I'm more comfortable speaking, but at least you can get the points and write according to that. So I've shared the links to get a rough idea. Like I said, for Inspire, the question was framed a bit different. It was basically same how to influence your peers. So my approach was that I first myself should learn and then I will teach to my juniors, my peers, etc. And being part of communities and all does help me to achieve that goal, and being an MLSA will also help me achieve that goal. And in Promote, like I said, I went through the journey of how we conducted one of the events in our college. I give an example like Face Cup, and I just went through the whole journey of how we actually executed the event. I've shared all the three links. You can just go through it. If you guys have any doubt, you can approach me on WhatsApp later.
Okay, nice. Even I'll share my link in just a second. So I'll just complete this entire form. So this is what you fill, and mind me, this is like the really most important part of this entire application. मतलब, please don't be in a haste. थोड़ा सोच के अच्छे से लिख दो ये part, and rest of it is pretty easy. Then here you have to provide all your social media links. So if you are a writer, you write posts, you write blogs, you can mention it over here. And you can yeah, so there's an online resume option, so you can host your resume somewhere, and you can, if you have a website that's like pretty good, that is well and good. Or else you can have your resume, you have your GitHub repo. So if you have a GitHub account, to make a GitHub account, that is really important. So if you have that, you can mention the URL over your LinkedIn profile URL. Then what else you have? Yeah, so you might not have all of these. Like I personally just had my LinkedIn, my GitHub, and my Medium like blog post ka link. So I just put all that. But if you guys have others, you can definitely do that. That's a plus point, obviously. So you can fill all these links. Then finally, there's this additional info. Yeah, so this is a compulsory question. Which of the following technologies interests you? So it has a list of various fields like artificial intelligence and blockchain, web development. Yeah, so you could like based on your interest, you can select any of these. And finally, is there anything else you would like to share with us? As far as I remember here, I just kept it simple. I just said that why I want to be a part of MLSA, and like all that stuff, where I'd be very grateful if you let me be a part of it. I want to learn a lot and all that. So you could write it. It's not compulsory, but I think it'll be good if you do. Jay and Trusha?
Yeah, so for this
Yes.
question, one thing I realized that I was not attaching. I think this does not require a resume. So the questions obviously don't cover that. So you can write your things about stuff you've achieved as well, like hackathons you have participated, your coding skills, your technology interest, if you are interning somewhere. So because you are not attaching your resume, so there's a lot of information about yourself that they don't know per se, like what you have achieved. So I think this is a very good question to answer. Just don't leave it because considering it's not compulsory, it's a very good way to show off what you have done till now, and it adds to why you're deserving to be an MLSA. And just like Mansi said, even your enthusiasm to be part of MLSA can be portrayed over here.
Yeah, also not restricting towards the college activities also. You can list out your extra co-curricular activities as well. So any part competitions or any events you have been and you have got a certificate, or any sports, anything that you have achieved, you can also list down there. So it's just an component where you have to talk about yourself and who you are as a person.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this brings us to an end of the form. So just you fill all of these and you can submit, and you will like before. I'm not sure, Jay. What was the time when we received the mail of? I mean, after 1 month of applying, I guess
Yeah,
we.
after 1 month or after deadline, I think after 1 month, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
you.
normally 1 or 2 months after you get the mail that you have been selected or not. So just keep an eye at that. And also I've shared my blog post link and my video link in the chat box. You can go through that. It's not compulsory to write a blog, but it is beneficial if you write one.
Yeah, it shows that you are doing something
Yeah,
extra apart from
any
academics. So
yeah, you are eager to teach a technical concept or aspect.
yeah, so I think that brings us to an end of the application form filling portion. Now I'll stop sharing, and yeah, Trusha, you can take over the next
Yeah,
part.
before moving ahead, does anybody have right now any doubts about the forms? So you can just either voice it out or write it in the text box. If not, then I can move ahead to show what happens after you become an MLSA. So, how many times can we apply? You can apply. Okay, so this program is done quarterly. So every 3 months there is a deadline. So for me, it was like November. Then you have a deadline of February, and then you have deadline of May. So you can apply many times as you want. Though I think it is not officially said, but yeah, people do apply again and they get selected because they learn where they have gone wrong or something like that. So you can apply as many times as you want. I don't think there's restriction as such. At least it wasn't on when I filled it. Yeah. So you can apply as many times as you want somewhere. Also, after becoming an MLS, you can even nominate. Oh no, I applied in my third year. But if you're FEs, I would encourage you to go ahead because just become after becoming an MLSA journey doesn't end. In fact, it begins. There's a lot of stuff to do. So I would suggest you to start applying as soon as you want. Don't think that I'm just an FE. I don't have experience or stuff like that. That's why they're not asking your resume. I is the a minimum age is 16. There are people who are just in 10th standard or something and they are MLSA right now, 11, 12. So don't worry that I've not done something and probably you're not a community person. Is there any interview for it? No, there is no interview as such for it. Once you apply this form, after a month you just get the verdict if you have been selected or not. So I would encourage you to apply as soon as possible because then you'll get a lot of time to actually leverage becoming an MLSA and the benefits and perks and even improve your career profile. Uh, any more doubts regarding the form? Or I can go ahead. Okay, so I'll just present.
How many I think someone asked how many students are selected. There is no restriction on how many are selected. If they like your profile, they will select you. It's not like there are only 100 students selected. So I think there is no restriction on that.
Yeah, the restriction is not even per se to college. Anybody can
Yeah,
get selected.
anybody can get selected.
And if we have a good number, we can even start an MLSA club in our college. I'm hoping that all of you apply and probably get selected, and we can just start an MLSA club in our college. Okay, so this is the ambassador roadmap. So after filling this form and waiting for a month if you're selected, then this is your journey going to be, and this journey will actually explain you why you should be an MLSA. So as soon as you get selected, you're considered as a new MLSA. So you get invited, you get access to Azure subscriptions, you get access to teams. So there's a team channel just for MLSAs, and there you connect with people who are on the higher ranks of MLSA and people who are also actually in Microsoft as well. You can connect with them. There are some people who are actually in Microsoft as well as MLSA, so you can connect with them. So you just get like a bunch of range of people from all over the world, and you can connect with anybody you want. And as soon as you get selected, there's a meet where they explain you this roadmap and how you can achieve it. So now the next step after becoming this is to become an alpha. So for that you have to like fulfill the three conditions. First is started technical onboarding. So this something is new which they started this year. It wasn't for my year, but as far as my knowledge goes, you have to complete some tasks like GitHub pull request, push request, and a web page with Azure and something like that. Don't worry, you'll get all the details once you get selected on the teams, and they'll explain you exactly what needs to be done, and there are going to be steps also. And once it gets approved, you have to complete a learning path. So Microsoft has a website where there are a lot of courses on all Microsoft technologies like GitHub, Visual Studio, Microsoft 365, Azure, etc., etc. There are a lot of Microsoft technologies out there, so you can complete any one of the learning path. I went with GitHub because I already knew and it was easier to finish. But you can go with Azure and anything if you are interested in something. And you have to engage in leagues. So basically there are different channels according to leagues. Leagues are basically divided into two domains. One is the technical, where there is ML, low code development, web development, and stuff like that. And there is a social leagues, which are uh, social impact, probably green technology and related to health domain. So you have to go into their channels and get involved there, and within 30 days you have to finish their own learning path, and you have to attend their monthly league events. So these league events are according to the domain you have chosen. Once you complete all these requirements, they will automatically detect that, and you'll get an email saying that you have been promoted to alpha. So becoming an alpha unlocks your other benefits. You get Azure, you get free certification exam. So if you know about this, the Azure certification, all the certification exams are worth something like, I don't know, 1,000 to 2,000 or more. And these certifications are really important right now in cloud computing, of if you want to pursue your future in cloud computing or some other domains. So you get a free certification exam. So please use this because this certification is really worth it. And you get LinkedIn Learning for free. So LinkedIn Learning is a paid service on LinkedIn, but once you become an alpha, it's free for you. Even the paid courses are free for you. Going ahead, you have to complete your technical onboarding. So once again, here also you have to complete your technical onboarding, and I don't have much information about that because this wasn't for me. And then you have to showcase Microsoft technologies by hosting and reporting an event or actively participate in social impact week project. So over here, you can either conduct an event on something that you have learned a Microsoft technology. So there are a set of rules for conducting this events. It should be on Teams. Then you can portray your GitHub skills, VS Code, teach to anybody, and you have to just fill a form and report that event. Or you can participate in a social impact league project. So they have started this where you can. There is a special channel on Teams where you will be connected to the people and you can get involved in a project. After you have conducted an event successfully, that's what I did. I conducted an event on Git and GitHub, and I gave the form. It was approved within a week, and I was promoted to beta. This is something everyone wants. So now you get the main benefit. I think most of us are waiting for the swags. So you receive a swag box within 2 months or so. It's a full box with your Microsoft t-shirt, MLSA t-shirt. You have a bottle, you have Rubik's Cube, you have your socks, you have so many things in that box. It's a very great box. Besides that, you unlock another free certification exam. You get a pilot pricing for AI gaming tournaments. So if someone is interested in that, can leverage that. And then you continue your journey. So you keep on improving your skills, you keep on hosting events, and you keep on contributing to community. And after that, you can nominate yourself to become a gold member, gold MLSA, and avail their benefits. So you basically nominate yourself, and if you get enough of votes, you are selected as a gold MLSA. And this is the one which has the highest benefits. So you get 4 more free certification exams. Then you're considered for special events and speaking engagements. So you're kind of representing MLSA. Recognition for your high impact achievements. So they're going to recognize your impact in the society. You're eligible for Microsoft Most Valuable Professional Mentoring. So basically, after you become gold, you can nominate yourself and you can connect with an actual Microsoft professional person, and And obviously, talking to someone who is actually in Microsoft helps a lot. So potential nomination as Microsoft MPV upon graduation, and that's how you graduate the program. So right now I'm at the beta stage. I have received my swag box and I am trying to be active in the community as much as I can. So that's it. I think this road journey is really well planned. The program is really interesting. It helps you not only to learn Microsoft technologies, but also be an active member in the community. And they recognize your efforts and also, give you swags and stuff for that. So it's a really good addition to your resume, I would say, and on your LinkedIn profile, being a Microsoft Learn ambassador. And going to the highest level will just help you more and more.
Excuse me, are we a lifelong member or do we leave MLSA club after graduation automatically?
No. MLSA can be applied for minimum like 16 years. As long as you're above 16, you can apply and enrolled in a full-time college. You can apply for MLSA. So that's why I suggested you should go for your first year, second year, whenever you can. I applied in third year, but I would suggest that if you are damn interested, go ahead in first year, second year. There is nothing like you have to apply after graduation. In fact, you have to be full-time enrolled in a college. That's one of the conditions. I hope that answers your question.
Adding on to Trusha, like she's totally right. First year में ही जाओ because that is the time पूरे 4 साल में सबसे ज़्यादा free रहते हो. Like first year and second year का starting, because after that college gets heavy. So तब तक you have a lot of time. You can explore a lot. You can learn a lot. And थोड़ा maybe for conducting events and stuff, second year is good because then you have one batch of juniors to yourself जिनके लिए तुम वो event कर सकते हो. But for applying and everything, filling the form and stuff, you can start everything from your first year itself. That is exactly the best time, like when you're the most free and you could uh, go through all that process.
Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected. Yeah, like Mansi said, you can go ahead with your first year, and within 1 year of becoming MLSA, you have to conduct an event. So basically, I would say within 1 year, you're going to become a beta MLSA. And if you don't conduct an event, you might lose your MLSA title. So yeah, that's just one condition they have. But a year is a very long period of time, and I'm sure anybody can do that much time to conduct an event. And there's some conditions for the events, like it should be on teams, there should be minimum 15 people all the time, and it should be an hour least, and obviously based on Microsoft technology. But that is easily done, and there are a lot of people out there to help you there if you have any doubts regarding all of this process. I just gave you, like an inside view, like after becoming an MLSA, but don't worry, you don't have to remember all this. There are lots of PDFs, a lot of people there to help you out. But this is just to show you that how beneficial it is becoming an MLSA in the community.
So anyone else has any questions, they can either unmute themselves and ask or type it in the chat box.
Yeah, I'll just share my number. Or you can contact anybody from WIE as well to reach out to us. But I'll just share my number over here. You can just WhatsApp me anytime, or I'll just share my LinkedIn profile as well. You can connect me via LinkedIn as well. Yeah, so I'll just share you my LinkedIn link as well. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Mansi and Jay. If it's regarding technical onboarding, then I would suggest you to reach out to them because that's something which I did not go through.
Yeah, I'll also share my number in the chat box.
So if you want, before applying and submitting your form, you can reach out to us and we can just give a quick view of your video and your essays just to give our review. Or if we know you personally or something, we can even nominate you to become an MLSA. So if you demonstrate your skills to us, or we know that you are someone with good technical skills, or we can just look at your resume and see that this person is someone who can be a community person or knows Microsoft technology, then even we can nominate you to become an MLSA. You can reach out to us for that as well.
So we had also floated a form before this webinar. So we had asked them if they have any questions for the speakers. So I'll read out a few. So one question was asking to give the share the mistakes that you guys did in their journey so that they don't do the same mistakes. So any of you would like to share some mistakes you had done?
Actually, so basically, I had applied for the first time and I got selected as well. So I think mistakes as such, I am not the person I can like.
Yeah, I guess Trusha will be the person to answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want regarding filling the form, so basically, what I did was, if you look at my videos, I went for editing because I love to edit. It's not compulsory, but I love to edit videos and have some, stuff like that. And the deadline was 30th November, and I shooted the 3 videos and the editing on the same day and gave it. And luckily, it was that just, vacation had begun and exams were done. So I would not suggest you to apply it at the end of the moment. I would suggest you to start writing your answers and give it, few days and just complete your application. That's one of the thing I would suggest you, because it gives you a lot of freedom to be more creative and to understand what people are doing around you, your peers are doing around you. And as for the journey after becoming MLSA, I think the list is a bit long, so you can connect me or DM me on WhatsApp, and stuff I will help you out, and we have a WhatsApp group as well, so we can help you out there to make you avoid doing the mistakes or repeating the mistakes that we did. But yeah, as for the form, I would suggest you that just see the deadline and start working on it. Don't wait till the end, which I did.
Another one question was what types of projects catches the interviewer's eyes?
There is no interview, like I said before, and you don't share your resume, so I don't think they know the projects you have worked on.
Yeah, there's no interview of sorts. I think you need to share a link of your resume if you have an online resume, and that's not compulsory as well. So, if you have any projects, you have done anything on web development, app development, you can put that on your resume and submit the link. So you don't have to specifically write about your projects.
Okay, so we will be taking questions. Does anyone have any other questions or doubts? Samarth has written, what technical skills are required?
Okay, so I'll say basic. So whatever you study, do we need to know Git and GitHub beforehand? See, it will be a plus point if you know it. I mean, if you are an engineer, if you are into development, I assume you need to know it. I mean, it is like the mantra for starting development. You need to know Git and GitHub. But even if you don't, while applying, it is not necessary that you need to know it. But make sure that before it's better if you know. But you will so eventually what happens is, like, for now, if you are in your first year, you might not really be that acquainted with all these technologies, but as in when you come to your second year, you definitely मतलब projects करोगे तो अपने आप सीख जाओगे, but it is better if you know it. So there is no there is no as such technical skills का requirement, but if you are an engineer, I'm assuming you might have some technical skills also. So like, as in when you come in a second year, you learn all those things.
Also, like you went through the form, right? There's just one question asking which technologies you're interested in. They're not even asking what you already know. So they actually focus more on the social impact that you have done. So either you can make your form in such a way, either you highlight your technical skills a lot or you highlight your social community work as a lot. When I talk about social community, it's not just social work like helping children and all that foundation NGO stuff. I'm talking about being active part of community and being in touch with the juniors, teaching them something, or being just part of college communities or outside college as well, whatever you feel. So yeah, so as such, they don't focus on your technical skills because they expect that after becoming MLSA, you will learn stuff because not everybody knows Microsoft technologies from the beginning itself. So it's okay if you don't have such skills, but then I would just suggest you to highlight your social, you know, aspect on your form.
Yeah, Shruti, I think the committee members will do that. We'll share all our links on the WhatsApp group also.
Yes, the links will be provided in the WhatsApp group, and also a few questions from the form. How much did you have to study outside your regular college lectures to be prepared for such things, and how many hours did you put in like extra to prepare for these stuff?
So let me take up that question. So I didn't. So I think we all didn't study extra for applying to MLSA. We just like we were on reading about GitHub and anything that just came up, and there is no need to study anything extra as well. You, if you want to like know learn a technical concept and talk about that in a video, then you can learn that as an extra, but it's there's no need to learn anything extra and put in some work or sort. So there, because there is no interview, so just yeah, that's my answer.
Shruti has written in the chat box, how should EXTC students prepare?
You can take
Uh,
up that question once if you want.
No, no, go ahead. It's okay.
So, like I said, they don't presume too much of technical knowledge on your part. So, yes, they do ask which engineering are you pursuing currently, and I think it's just more to show that you're currently enrolled in some program to pursue engineering. So there's no bias of if you're a computer science student or electrical or EXTC. So or IT, you can just go ahead. How should EXTC students prepare? Like I said, it's same for everybody. You should at least be an active member of some community or have one or two technical skills in your resume. That's it. I don't think they do bias based on your branch of engineering. So yeah, so just be technically sound and write your answers correctly and honestly as much as you can.
Someone had also asked, what is the knowledge basically required to participate and win in hackathons or get hired at JPMC, etc.
Okay. I think Mansi, you should start.
Okay, so ठीक है, as a senior, I'll say कि so hackathons basically test your development skills. So whatever development field you are into, if you are into app development or so basically these are the two major branches we talk about. There's app development or there's web development. So whatever languages you're comfortable in or whatever you have been doing since your first year, or maybe if you're started in your second year, so choose one of those skills. I mean, it's better to learn all of them, but there's this one thing that's fed to you. Okay, so if there's Python that you love, you only do coding in Python. So you can take up Python, you can learn different frameworks, you can start your development journey like that. And So we have a college projects also, like mini projects you guys have, I assume in second year we do have that. So through that also you guys will learn a lot and start your journey like that. And then so as far as JPMC is concerned, like last year we had this hackathon, Code for Good. The hackathon is called Code for Good, and so that was the only way of getting an internship into JPMC. From last year, like they didn't have an interview round as such. We just had to. So there were two rounds. First one was a coding round where initially people were filtered out and selected. Then after that coding round, so there were two questions and they were pretty basic. Like it was not really very tough what we usually do in our labs. So it was something like that only. Then people were selected from that round, and then second round was a video submission round where they had mentioned already mentioned the questions, and so as far as I remember, the question that just a second, just a second. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just a video started playing. I don't know how. Yeah. So continuing, so we had to submit a video similar to what we just said. You had to record your own video of that particular question. So my question was, what were the difficulties that you faced during so any of the hackathons or any other competition that you've taken part in? So what were the problems that you faced and how were you able to overcome those problems? So you had to answer that question, and there were two such questions. You had to record it and submit that video. Then based on that all again people were filtered out and selected for the final CFG round. Now Trusha, if you want, you can take the CFG part.
Okay. So for us, so CFG is at the national level, first of all. So they divide you into teams of six. We had teams of six, and all the five people are unknown people. You're lucky if you get one from your college, but that's a rarity. So they are from all over the India, from different colleges, ranging from NITs to Thapar in Chandigarh and stuff like that. So you are with people who you don't know and whose technologies might not align with yours. So basically, you have to connect with them a day before the hackathon. Before the hackathons, you also have workshops by JPMC. If you do not have skills like GitHub, they catch you up with the others, because GitHub is going to be the VCS which we are going to use for JPMC CFG. So then the next morning, on the first day of hackathon, you are introduced with the NGOs. So it's Code for Good. So obviously, we try to bring out solution for the problems faced by NGOs currently, and they state out their problems. You discuss with your teams the technologies you want to use, a solution that you have come up with, and then it's on first come first serve basis. So you have to quickly select the problem statement that you want, and then you go ahead. Each team has been given two mentors, which are vice presidents of JPMC or associate engineers, and you have to explain your solutions to them, and they may give their insights as well, and they can help you if they are also aware of the technologies that you guys are planning to use. And following that, during the hackathon is where kind of, I would say, interview happens with your mentor. So there's a one-on-one interview with the mentor. So there he asks you regarding your technical skills, your interest, and he might even give you some scenarios. Like, I will give an example of the scenario I was given, that like, if it's like, I had family from commerce background, so he asked that how will you help your family members to improve their business and stuff like that, of Excel and something. So they might give you some scenario type questions as well, but these are not that technical questions. They are not technical interview. It's more of like just getting an overview of your skills and your thinking approach, and your interest in going ahead with JPMC in the future. And after that, it was a 12-hour hackathon. So obviously it's a time crunch. You don't know the people, they are from different backgrounds. So it's not compulsory to win the hackathon to be selected in JPMC. That's the first thing I want to put it out there. uh, It's just they just want to see your interest and how you work as a team, and how you are your approach to the solution and your presentation skills. So there are a lot of factors on which they judge you on. So I just don't think that if the person has won the hackathon, they are going to be definitely selected into JPMs. It's not like that. Your mentor is the one who is going to decide your skills and rate you, and based on his ratings, you're going to be getting selected as an intern or SDE if it's a fourth year CFG. So yeah, that was my. If I apply for internship at Microsoft in future, how will MLS experience help me in that? Uh, I think it's a good add to your resume knowing that you have already know a bit about Microsoft technologies. So like I said, when you enter MLSA, your first task is to learn about the Microsoft technologies. So knowing that you're an MLSA, they already know that you know Microsoft technology, so that definitely gives you an edge. But obviously, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get into Microsoft. Just putting it out there. Yeah, Jay or Mansi, you can take up with this
Yeah.
stuff.
So it's not compulsory to be a part of a committee or as such. You can write anything about anything. To like in the promote section, you can write that you what you will do if you were a part of a committee. There's no need that you need to be a part of a committee. And you, if you are aware about technical concepts like GitHub and web development, you can talk about that in the video as well. So there's no need for there's no it's like it's not a restriction that you need to be a part of a committee. It's okay if you're not.
And one thing, you can even share school experience. Like some people do have experience in schools, conducting annual programs or stuff like that, or being the head person in schools. So you can even share your school experience if you do have that. Or like just Jess said, the question is more about how are you going to conduct. So you can just share your idea.
Okay, so I think that's it for the questions. Does anyone have any else more questions for them? Or else we can. Oh yeah, there is one question. As an F first year student, any tips for getting into hackathons?
Uh, Tips for getting into hackathons or like going through hackathons. So
I
like
think
if
okay, I
anyone
think she's
can
talking
apply.
about the selection sometimes that you have on the folio. Like for S.P.I.T hackathon, for example, you have to get selected,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
think
have to,
they sort through the resumes and they select the one which
yeah.
has some experience, previous experience in hackathons as well. So uh, if you are applying for big hackathons, I think you should have some previous experience in small hackathons in any random college. It doesn't matter. Uh, so yeah.
Yeah, so I would say that I did get rejected a lot from hackathons. Like in second year, you guys do have the advantage that it's online college right now. So just improve your development skills. And once you can say that, I know Django, I know React, or any other technology, it shows that you are eligible to be part of hackathon and you will make something, you'll make a product. So yes, I did get rejected a lot. Don't get discouraged. Start with a hackathon, like Jay said, the ones which are small, which allow such students. If you go directly for a national international hackathon like SIH or something, obviously they might reject you or your ideas. So tips would be first improve your own skills, get into development, whichever you're interested, start exploring technologies and start applying. Form a good team. Sometimes it's even about the whole team. You may get rejected because someone in your team is not that good enough or something. So make a team such that your interests are aligned and even they are on the same level as you are. So yeah, that would be give tips into getting into hackathons from my side.
Okay, I guess that's it for the Q&A session. So we'll wrap up the session today over here. So First of all, thank you so much, guys, for coming here today and sharing your experience and tips and stuff, etc. How to get into MLSA and what it is about. I'm really sure everyone has found this session very informative and definitely will be participating in the program MLSA and apply for it. Thank you so much, guys. And I would like to also thank all the participants or the people who have come here for the webinar. It was like we are very happy to have you here, and also we will be shortly floating a feedback form on the WhatsApp group. Kindly spend 2 or 3 minutes to fill that out. So thank you so much, everyone, today, and with that, we'll end the session today over here.